it's very unique that you're going to get out, actually get here on the ramp. Southwest is our biggest airline, about 220 flights a day.
You get a lot of wow because most kids aren't allowed to come down to an airport and see how the airport actually operates.
Come this way out, leave everything, cross your arms, trust.
People learn different ways. Some people learn very well in a classroom, but a lot of kids get bored when they're sitting behind a blackboard listening to a teacher talk for 6 hours a day. But when you can get them out there, you can teach them in a classroom, then you can let them put their hands on the things they're learning. You tell them how an airplane flies, and then you put them in an airplane. You show them, how the emergency procedures work. You tell them about air traffic control, and then you show them how we actually control the planes, and you see it from the workspace. It's just something that they won't forget.
I like flying, I like traveling. Obviously, this is something, if you're on an airplane, you do get to go places all over the world, so it's something I would consider.
He's going to face out, pick it up, and he's going to toss it out.
Today it's broken in two parts. The first day is airline operations. So we bring them down to Southwest Flight Ops Department, and they'll do the demonstrations right now with the flight attendant group. From there, we'll take them to our operations center, where they get to see how the airplanes are scheduled.
This one is actually the cockpit voice recorder.
We'll go to the maintenance facilities where they see what they do daily maintenance and fixing the aircraft.
What I want to do in the future is something that I enjoy, and seeing that these people enjoy it and like getting to experience it and sitting in the cockpit is really interesting and just makes me feel good when I sit in the cockpit.
And you may notice we don't have any doors for our landing gear. So when the tire comes up here, the hubcap actually makes the seal with the bottom of the airplane.
Welcome ACE Academy. How many have been here before? Well, we're going to show you a little bit what happens on the airport side of the fence now that you got to see all the coolest stuff in the world on the airline.
And even as you become a canine handler, you have to continue educating ourselves.
I feel like aviation isn't just like being a pilot, but it's so much more than that. So you could focus on safety, such as what the canine team does, or focus on other things like being a flight attendant.
Yeah, we work as a crew. One guy backs up the other. We have what's called pilot flying and pilot monitoring.
It's a small space, but there's so much there. It's kind of like you look at all the buttons and it feels a little bit hectic. It feels good because that's where the people who take care of you sit, and it's a pretty incredible feeling because then you get to an inside look at what it's like to fly, and I can only imagine what it's like actually having to use it.